This generation did everything right and still fell behind. They went to college. They studied late nights. They followed the advice. They played by the rules, graduated, put on the cap and gown, took the pictures, posted the smiles, and then reality showed up, not with a paycheck, but with a bill, a really big one. Student loans, not a few $100s, not even a few thousand, tens of thousands, sometimes 6 figures. Before their first real job, before their first apartment, before their first adult life, debt was waiting for them. They thought college was the way out, a ladder to something better, to stability, to safety. But what they walked into wasn't freedom. It was a cage, a silent one, built out of interest, payments, deadlines, and fear. They got the degree, but the price was their future. And here's the part nobody warned them about. The debt doesn't care if you succeed. It doesn't care if you struggle. It doesn't care if you get sick or lose your job. It just waits and grows while you try to keep up, to stay afloat, to pretend everything is fine, but it isn't. Because this is the first generation that is more educated than ever, but poorer than expected. More degrees, less stability, more ambition, less security. They were told, go to college and your life will be set. But what if that promise was a lie? What if college was never the escape route, but the entrance into the trap? America sold a story, not with words, but with pictures, billboards, commercials, graduation stages, smiling faces, holding diplomas, looking like they'd made it. And the message was always simple. Go to college and you'll be successful. Not maybe, not sometimes, guaranteed. Do the work, get the degree, and life will open up. A better job, a better house, a better future. College wasn't just school, it was insurance against being poor, against being stuck, against becoming your parents. They said, this is your way out, and everyone believed it. Parents told their kids, teachers told their students, TV told their families, the internet told the world. College wasn't optional, it was required. You didn't ask, should I go? You asked, where should I go? Because not going was never a real option. If you didn't go to college, you were told you'd fall behind, that you'd flip burgers, that you'd struggle forever, that you'd fail before you even started. So people signed the papers, took the loans, checked the boxes, trusted the adults, trusted the system, trusted the promise. They imagined a diploma on the wall, a first paycheck, a small apartment that was really theirs. They imagined stability, security, pride. They imagined becoming somebody. Because America promised, education equals success, college equals future, degree equals freedom. It looked perfect, logical, fair. But here's the question no one asked loud enough. But what if the promise was false? Here's where it breaks. Not at graduation, not at the first payment, but inside the fine print. Because student loans aren't just money, they're math. And math doesn't care about you. It only cares about growth. They tell you, just pay the minimum. Sounds harmless, reasonable, affordable. But here's the trick. Your payment barely touches the debt. It feeds the interest first. Not your future, not freedom. Interest. So every month, while you're paying, the number is still growing. It's like trying to empty a bathtub while someone keeps the faucet on. Now let's talk about deferment. They sell it as mercy. Take a break from paying. Sounds like relief, but it's not. It's time for the debt to grow in silence. Because while you're not paying, interest is, and it never rests, ever. Then there's income-based repayment, which sounds fair until you do the math. You pay based on what you earn, not what you owe. So, when your paycheck is small, your payment is smaller, and the debt gets bigger. You're not falling behind. You're sinking, slowly, quietly, until one day, you realize you've been paying for years, and you owe more, not less. Let's make it real. You borrow $50,000. You're young, you're hopeful, you graduate, and you start paying. Month after month, year after year, 15 years later, you check your balance, and it's higher, not lower, higher. Because you didn't pay off the debt, you fed it, you fed the interest. And interest isn't your friend, it's a machine, built to grow, built to wait, built to win. And here's the line they never admit. You're not paying off debt, you're feeding it. Jake just graduated. No more classes, no more exams. Just a degree and a balance, $52,000. That's how much freedom costs. He lives in his childhood bedroom. Same posters, same bed, different feeling. He scrolls job listings every night. Entry level, 3 years experience required. He sends resumes and waits and waits and waits. Sometimes he gets rejection emails. Sometimes nothing. His friends post new jobs, new cars, new cities. He clicks like, then refreshes his bank app. $148. Until next week. He doesn't talk about debt out loud. He jokes about it, but the joke doesn't laugh back. He thought graduation meant goodbye to stress, but it didn't. It just changed its name. Marcus, 35, and still paying. Marcus is 35. He should be settled by now. That's what they said. But every month, he's still sending money to his 20s. Back then, he borrowed to build a future. At least, that's what he believed. Now he rents. Still, he drives a 10-year-old car, not because he likes it, because it still runs. He wants a family. But math doesn't. He checks his loan app, $34,112. After 12 years of payments. He laughs sometimes, not because it's funny, but because the alternative is screaming. He didn't buy a house. He bought time and ran out of it. Linda, a mother's loan. Linda didn't go to college. Her daughter did. Linda wanted her to have more. So when the papers came, Linda signed. Parent Plus loan. She didn't fully understand it. She just understood. This was help. Now she's 62, still working, part-time, sometimes 2 jobs, not for retirement, for debt. Her daughter has kids now. Linda babysits and pays the government. At the same time, she tried to give her child wings. Instead, she got shackles, the line that links them. Jake, Marcus, Linda, 3 generations. One problem, different faces, same chain. Student loans didn't just change their money, they changed their timing, their choices, their lives. And here's the hardest truth. They did what they were told, and they still lost. No one ever sat you down and told you the truth. Not in high school, not in college, not before you signed your name. They just showed you the brochure, the campus, the smiles, the future. But behind all of it, there was a business. Universities stopped being schools and started being corporations. Walls became brands, degrees became products, students became customers, and debt became inventory. An endless supply. Every year, tuition rises. Not because education got better, but because the system figured out how much pain you could tolerate, and banks were right there waiting, not as helpers, as partners. They weren't lending you money. They were investing in your future payments. Interest wasn't a detail. It was the product. The loan was just the wrapper. And the rules? They never made them simple. They made them confusing. On purpose. Different plans, different terms, different loopholes. Just enough complexity that you'd get lost inside it. So when you tried to understand your loan, you weren't supposed to. You were supposed to give up. You were supposed to trust. Because if you don't understand how something works, you can't fight it. And while you were studying for finals, somebody else was studying how to profit from you. This wasn't an accident. This was designed. Designed to look like opportunity. Designed to feel like hope. Designed to sound like freedom. And built to trap you. Now let's talk about you, not the stories, not the statistics. You. How much do you still owe? Be honest. Do you know the number? Could you pay it off? If something went wrong? If you lost your job? If your rent went up? If you got sick? What happens then? Do you have a cushion? Or just a countdown? And what about your kids? If you have them, or if you ever plan to. Would you tell them to go to college? Would you tell them to sign the loan? Would you tell them, It's worth it, knowing what you know now? Or would you hesitate? Just a little? Because deep down, you already feel it. That quiet pressure in your chest, that weight. When you think about tomorrow, you're closer to default than you think, closer than you were yesterday, and maybe closer than you want to admit. So here we are, at the end of the story, and there's no easy fix, no miracle answer, no politician to save you, no trick to erase the past. Just one question, a real one, an honest one. Was college ever designed to free you or to own you? And if the answer makes you uncomfortable, good, that means you're awake. And if it made you angry, that means you understand. Not everything that matters can be paid off, but everything that traps you wants to be ignored. So don't ignore it. Think about it. Sit with it. Because the dream only survives if you never question the cost.